Hi, my name is Aisha, and this is Sherelle, and we're a part of the legal team at Knightsbridge Group. And today we'll be talking about power of attorney. Hi, Sherelle.
Hi, Aisha.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So today we'll talk about power of attorney, and we'll just go over the types of power of attorney and what clients actually need a power of attorney for, and just some case studies that we have seen.
So a power of attorney is a legal document that allows someone else to make decisions on your behalf. So it's essentially a document that allows you to plan ahead.
Would you say it's only used for planning ahead, or what are the typical cases that you have seen where, clients have come in and asked for a power of attorney?
So I think there's also this huge misconception that older generation uses a power of attorney, but that's actually incorrect. I've seen a lot of young people, especially young couples, that use a power of attorney. They might not be based in the UAE, but they might be based in Europe or the US, and they want to purchase a property. So they will then get a power of attorney. They will enlist their agent or a trusted friend to sign their legal documents, to go view, to purchase, to buy. Then there's also other examples of parents using it for guardianship. So in the instance where they want to travel abroad, but they want to keep their kids here, power of attorney is very durable. It can be used for any situation. It's essentially used to protect you.
So have you had any clients that needed a power of attorney for their pets, or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the different kinds of power of attorneys are there?
So there's many types of power of attorneys. The most used one here in the UAE, I would say, is real estate. There's also guardianship, like I mentioned. There's limited, so in the instance where you want to sell your car, right? So then you would use a power of attorney if you're not in the country or you just are really busy. Companies use it as well, so corporate power of attorneys as well. General managers use that in order to delegate powers, so like to sign a contract or to be in a certain meeting. It's totally up to you. A power of attorney can be customizable to your specific need.
Okay, and do you have a lot of clients from, let's say, abroad asking for a power of attorney, or is it more of a general UAE client base? What have you seen?
I would say in my experience has been a lot of clients from outside of the UAE, but have business assets in the UAE. But we do have clients outside as well, so they're either based in the UAE and then they need a power of attorney for in America, for instance. So we had a client that needed a durable power of attorney for his wife to open up a bank account for him in the US. Right?
Yes.
And then we also have clients that are based in Poland, for instance, that want to sell properties here in the UAE. So it is very much from all over, but majority, I would say, from outside.
Would you say this whole process is relatively quick?
Yes. So I would describe the process as very swift. The first thing I would say is first figure out what type of power of attorney you need.
Yeah.
And then from there, get some legal advice, which we are more than happy to help you with. And then from the drafting, it goes to notarization, right? So it's fairly quick.
So can we have a power of attorney, like how you mentioned that there are different types of power of attorney? If I wanted to have a power of attorney that mentions buying a property, guardianship, like multiple powers, is that possible, or would you suggest to do separate power of attorneys for the different powers that we're giving, especially if the agent is the same person?
Yeah, so if the agent is the same person, I would suggest having one power of attorney. But there are instances where I would then recommend to have 2 or 3 power of attorneys, just to ensure that things are not crossed over, as well as so when you purchase and sell a property, some trustees' offices would prefer you having one power of attorney to sell that property instead of having one power of attorney that says sell a property, protect my assets, cover my minor child, as well as sell my car, right?
Okay.
So it depends also on the type of power of attorney that you want, essentially.
So you mentioned about the guardianship power of attorney, and there's also wills, right?
Yeah.
So there's a guardianship will that we can do. Have you seen do people prefer a power of attorney or a will? Because I believe they serve different purposes.
Yes.
A will comes into place after the demise of the parent
Yes.
or the guardian.
Yeah. So with a power of attorney, that can be effective immediately, whereas with a will only comes into effect once the parent or parents is no longer there. A power of attorney for guardianship can be anything from ranging from signing medical documents on behalf of your child to ensuring that there's travel arrangements in place. Whereas with a will, again, it only comes
Yeah.
into effect after the demise of the parent, but you can have both.
Oh, we can have both
You
at the
can
same
have both,
time. Okay,
yes.
and would the guardians need to be the same, or is that something?
Yeah, so with a will, you can have a temporary guardian and then have a permanent guardian. With power of attorney, you can have just that agent.
It is just the agent.
Just the agent. But
Are they still called an agent under guardianship power
yes,
of
they
attorney?
are.
Okay.
Yes. So they can either be called an agent or the attorney, but it's essentially called power of attorney.
Okay.
Yes, you can have the same person in your power of attorney and on your will. You just need to ensure that all parties are aware of this.
Okay, so let's say if the parents are traveling or going abroad and the kid has, an issue with the school or something, will this power of attorney help
Yes.
with, like, let's say admissions or changing schools, or if there's any sort of issues? Can, let's say, the grandparents, the uncle, the aunts,
Yes,
can they
so
have this power of attorney?
Absolutely. So your power of attorney is customizable to you. So you can choose to add in things as, changing the school, speaking to the board. It can range from a variation of things, but again, you can choose as the parent to add or limit the power of attorney.
Have you seen cases where they're more limited, or are they on, like, is the powers more broader?
Yeah, so in my case, it's usually limited because it is a minor child.
Okay.
Yes, so there's one example of parents traveling abroad and leaving their 16-year-old here in the UAE. They entrusted their longtime friend, and they made it a very limited power of attorney just in the instance of medical, nothing else, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you can also do that.
Okay, and how long is a power of attorney actually valid, and how does it work? So if I have given my friend a power of attorney, how long does it stay valid for? How does it work? Can I come back and be like, you know what, you're no longer my attorney or my agent, I'm back in the country, the decisions remain with me?
Yes.
So how would you say, like, what's the process for that?
So I would say the duration of a power of attorney is usually 2 years, but you can also increase it as well as decrease it. You can make it 6 months, you can make it 4 months, you can make it 5 years, you can make it 10 years. If you want to change your power of attorney, you need to revoke the current one, and you do that also through the notary.
Okay, and is it a clause? Is it a clause mentioned?
Yes.
How would you say it?
So at the end of your power of attorney, it will give a duration of this power of attorney will last for 6 months commencing on this date, right? As well as when you do notarize the power of attorney, the notary will ask you how long will this power of attorney
So
last.
power of attorney, you would say, is widely recognized in the UAE, right? Legally.
Yes, it's legally recognized in the UAE as well as abroad as well. If you're drafting a power of attorney for the US, it would have a different step,
format.
different format, as
Yeah.
well as if you need it for the bank, for instance, it will go differently comparison for a medical, right? But the steps are fairly easy, and we can help you with every step of the way.
So Sharel, I believe we covered, the overview of what a power of attorney is and the different types and what are the purposes of a power of attorney. Would you say there's anything else that, clients really ask you all the time? Would you like to
Yes,
address?
I would say besides a power of attorney, something that I'm seeing a lot of people ask now is wills, just so they can secure their assets, whether
Of
that's here
course.
in the UAE or as well as abroad.
Okay. Wills is obviously a separate topic,
Yes.
and we will definitely do a podcast recording all the frequently asked questions on wills. That I think that's really important. Other than that, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It was lovely speaking.